Here we go.
Uh, Okay, now introducing my next featured special guest on my show and podcast. We have a musical artist called Alba. She's joining me because she's set to release some highly anticipated and exciting music this month and for the rest of the year. So I just want to say, Alba, thank you for coming on today. First up, I know it's a general question, but how are you today?
I'm very good, and thank you very much for having me on your program. Real pleasure.
Great, no worries. And for myself and more mainly my listeners, can you just tell a little bit about yourself, please? You know, like where you're from, and how you come up with your stage name and like been into music for.
Of course. So my name is Alba, and that's also my stage name, so that's easy to remember. I'm originally from Spain, but I'm currently also British, so I'm British Spanish now. I'm based in London, and I am a singer, songwriter, guitarist. And well, the type of music that I do is a bit between pop and rock with a bit of soul, R&B in it. I have toured in the UK quite a bit. And yeah, as you said, I've just very recently released my latest EP, which is called Questions Unanswered. And yeah, right now I'm focusing on promoting this new music, and I'm going on tour as well, doing a few shows just to promote it. So that's it.
Excellent. Yeah, great. Um, And I just wanted to talk about maybe a few songs from your back catalogue. You had
Sure.
a recent song called Dancers. Is that one of the latest songs doing the rounds? Um,
What's the name again?
is it Dancers?
Mm, doesn't ring a bell.
Oh, okay, it might
But
be
m
another song.
might be
So
I Need a Holiday is the last one I released right before this EP, maybe.
yeah.
Yeah.
And what's your current single you're working on promoting?
So out of Questions Unanswered, I think the leading single has been What If. So that's the one of the main tracks, and it looks like it's one of the ones that people are liking the most. So I would say that's probably the lead single from this new work that I just released.
Yeah, sure. Okay. And this EP, what's it called?
It's called Questions Unanswered.
Of course, yeah.
It is a conceptual album in by that I mean that basically there's an overarching theme, right, which is, as the title suggests, questions that, have no answer. And every track in the EP is a question. So the first track is Are You Really Free? Then you have Am I Enough? The third one is What If? And the final one is Why Don't You Keep It Real? So each track poses a question, and what I'm trying to do is invite the listener to find their own answers. Because some of these questions, and the answer really depends on you, and people might have different answers to the same question. So it's just more of inviting the listener on an introspective kind of journey, and with some of the questions that I think a lot of us have to handle with, right? Especially, for example, I don't know, am I enough, right? It's something that sometimes we all feel like are we we feel that others might be doing better than we are, and we feel undervalued, or how do we address that, especially in the world of social media we live in these days, where it looks like everyone is living their best lives, but I wonder if that's actually accurate,
Hmm.
or it's just the image that we put out of ourselves, and that might not always be um you know the reality.
Hmm.
So yeah, that's kind of the concept of this album, and yeah, that you have those four tracks that are part of it.
That's good. So listening to this album might make one reflect on their life at present.
Yeah, that's what I hope. Yeah, I do like writing lyrics that connect with people, that mean something to the person who's listening to them. And for me as a songwriter, there's nothing like when you speak to people, they've listened to your music, they're like, oh, I can fully relate to what you're just talking in your lyrics, or that I feel the same way. That's that's the beauty and the magic about music, that it can help us to connect with others in a way that few things in life can. So yeah, I always pay a lot of attention to my lyrics and try to make them, as best as I
Mm, mm.
possibly can.
And on your album as well, you got a collection of different musical styles,
Yeah.
like slow songs, um, and like do you have songs where people can actually dance to? I think that was what I was trying to ask earlier on, maybe.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no, and I like to give that, right? I think any album should have a bit of variety, right? Because you want to take the audience on a listening experience, something that it needs to have ups and lows. Like if you were doing a concert, right? If you go see live music, you're gonna see they're gonna take you on a journey
Mm,
of, upbeat and maybe more ballad. So yeah, this EP has a bit of because I have a, wide range of music styles that I like and that have influenced me over time. So I try to convey that in my music. So you have a bit of Latin even in one of the songs. I speak a little bit in Spanish. It's a bit of a Spanish and English, which I haven't done before, and it's something I'm excited about. Then you have other songs like "Why Don't You Keep It Real," which is more of an R&B kind of song. And if you're into the R&B soul of the 2000s, you're probably gonna like this song. Whereas "What If" is more of a pop rock tune, I would say, for fans of Pink, and maybe more like a pop rocky kind of sound. And what else am I leaving? And then you have What If, sorry, Am I Enough, which is a bit of has a bit of a jazz influence in
mm.
there. If you like people like Tom Misch or Lianne La Havas, these sort of styles, you might. So I try to have something for everyone, so that first people are still interested to listen to every track, and hopefully, yeah, there's gonna be bits for dancing, bits for reflecting, and just yeah, a
Yeah,
whole experience.
yeah. I've just got you up now, actually. The You're on the streaming platforms. People can listen to all your catalog here, and I just wanted to ask about Sister as well. That's a strong track doing the rounds
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah, no, thank you for that. Yeah, that was a single I released during the pandemic, actually. I think it came out in 2020. Um, and that's a song that is, it's special because I wrote it at a time where I think my own relationship with my own sister wasn't at its peak, I would say. And I wrote it, I didn't tell her that I had written it. And then one day I showed it to her, and I think we just both started crying. And then from there, it's just been, it's been awesome. So I think that this, for anyone who might be, at maybe not at the highest point in a relationship with a sibling or a family member, I think we've all been there at some point.
Mm,
I think it sends a positive message that actually, if like in any relationship, if you talk things out and there's love, you can make things better every time. So yeah, special song. I think one of the favorites. I think sometimes when I play it live, I think people quite like it. And yeah, it's there on
great.
Spotify for people to enjoy.
Yeah, and people can follow you on there, just giving you a like as well. Managed to find you.
Awesome.
Also, you've done gigs at the Cavern Club as well. The Cavern Club, that's in Liverpool as well. The Ronnie Scott's. What do you like about
Yes.
intimate venues?
Yeah.
Like
It's
performing.
I love. I mean, the UK has some of the, one of the best grassroots venues, I think, system, and probably in Europe and the whole world. Yeah, we have some historic pubs and places, venues that have been there for over 100 years, and it's just amazing as a, up and coming artist, just to be there and knowing that people like Bob Dylan, Amy
Mm,
Winehouse, Blur have, or the Beatles have graced those stages back in the day. It's just like you feel like you're part of, a wider thing. It's like more of a music history. So to me, just the option, I had the opportunity to play at the Cavern Club, as you say, a few years ago, and that was like something off the bucket list for me, right? Because I'm a fan of the Beatles, and just being there, I'm aware that the Cavern, the original club, actually closed down, and then they reopened it and refurbished it, but still in around the same area where the original was. And it's just an amazing experience just to be there, knowing that
Cool.
it's been a place so important for music history. And similar for Ronnie Scott's as well, amazing jazz club, and the Dublin Castle, for example, in London. And also, like, I'm actually gonna play in just a couple weeks. So on the 13th of, that's actually next week, 13th of July, I'm gonna play at the Old Blue Last in Shoreditch in
Yeah.
London, and that's a very famous and really old venue. Also, like, the likes of the Arctic Monkeys, Amy Winehouse have played in that venue. So I'm very excited about that gig that is coming
Yeah.
up.
That's in Shoreditch, isn't it? July the 13th. Yeah, got that.
That's right. Yeah.
Also, you got one, I think this might be overseas, Medina de Pomar. That's in
Yes,
14th
in
of
Spain.
August. Yeah,
That's
Spain.
right.
Oh,
That's
nice.
another gig that I'll be doing in Spain. And by the way, so the 13th of July is the official EP launch party. So that's gonna be a very special concert, because it's the first time I'm gonna be playing live the songs from the new album.
Hmm.
And then yeah, I'll have that concert over in Spain as well, showcasing the new music. And I'm probably gonna add a few more dates to that, but for now that's the key date in the
Yeah,
UK.
got it. And do you have an official website where people can visit you, or Instagram?
I do. So it's very easy. It's called musicbyalba.com, and my social handles is also at musicbyalba in Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. It's the same in every place, so people can find me there.
Fantastic. Yeah, thank you very much for joining me on today's show and just telling me a little bit about yourself and your music. And best of luck with your new project.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
It's been a pleasure.
pleasure.